Good Wednesday morning, everyone. Hope you're having a good day. We've got a little bit of Seahawks news, and you guys all already know about this probably. It came out yesterday afternoon, been known for a while, but I want to talk about it. So, first, let me just state what most of you already know. The Seahawks have now officially lost one of their primetime games this year. Corbin Smith has the tweet here. It's been verified in countless other places. Seahawks home game versus 49ers in Week 13 has been flexed out of primetime. Game rescheduled for mid-afternoon. So, the Seahawks are so bad this year, so irrelevant, so unwatchable, that the NFL does not want to put them on primetime television. They do not want to make the Seahawks involved in one of their featured games of the week. So the NFL sees what we as fans see. This team is terrible. This team is barely watchable. This team is boring to watch, and they don't want to put it anywhere where a football fan has no other game to watch. They want to throw us into the mid-afternoon where there are at least other games that you could watch at the same time. So this is something that happens pretty much every year when you get down to the end. When a team that you thought was going to be good ends up being bad, they lose their late season primetime games. This happens all the time. It's not like this is the Seahawks are a special case where they are so bad they just want to get them out of there. I'm not going to say that, but let this be a pretty clear sign that everybody knows how bad we are. And remember, this is a Seahawks home game. This is a game in Seattle. The NFL loves to put games in Seattle on prime time because of the way the crowd affects those games. They love to talk about Seattle's special home field advantage, which doesn't seem like it means anything anymore. They love to talk about the noise of the crowd. They love to talk about this and that and the other thing. You guys know. So for the NFL to pull a primetime game out of Seattle, that's, if there was any doubt that we sucked, don't let there be any doubt anymore. We suck. Now, I've had a lot of negative things to say about this team in recent days because there's really not a whole lot positive to take from this team right now. But I'm going to try to put a spin on this one because it's no skin off my back. I don't care if we play in primetime or not. We don't deserve to play in primetime. Honestly, look, I can take losing. Losing happens. Losing is part of being a football fan. But as far as I'm concerned, that game against the Cardinals a couple days ago was embarrassing. That wasn't just a loss. I am embarrassed to be a Seahawks fan with that being our most recent effort, honestly. I am embarrassed to be a Seahawks fan after you get dog walked. And yes, we got dog walked. Don't show me the scoreboard. If you watch the game, you know what I mean. By a team with a backup quarterback and missing their best wide receiver, missing one of their best defensive linemen, missing one of their key running backs, missing a starter on the offensive line. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You guys know the deal. You guys know. With everything on the line, with your season on the line. Just, I don't know how to put it any other way than to just say I was embarrassed to be a Seahawks fan after that game. Yeah, I know we didn't lose 45-7 or something like that. We didn't lose 44-6. But it felt like one of those games. As far as I'm concerned, we may as well have lost by 4 or 5 touchdowns. So I don't mind other fans of other teams not having to witness us in a primetime slot where millions of people who otherwise would not watch the game get to watch the game. But let's go a level above that. Let's not just talk about the fact that I'm happy that other people aren't going to get to watch how much we suck. This is the kind of stuff that the organization will notice. So I'm going to try to spin this in a positive manner. The Seahawks have lost a home primetime game. That means less eyes on the franchise. That means less money for the organization. These are the kinds of things that Jody Allen will notice if she doesn't care about football. And some people think she doesn't. I don't know how to feel about Jody Allen, honestly. She's obviously no Paul Allen, but Jody Allen might care a little bit more about this team than you give her credit for, I think. I don't know. We're going to find out in the near future. But if she doesn't, or at the very least doesn't care as much as we would like her to, this stuff gets her attention. Losing a primetime game, getting flexed out because you're that bad, you're that non-competitive, you're that uninteresting. That shows up in the bottom line. She may not notice things like Wilson not getting the ball out fast enough. She may not notice things like defensive backs giving up 8 yards of cushion. She might not notice things like bad tackling, but she'll notice this. So hopefully something like this happening to the Seahawks is going to get the attention of people who otherwise might have been willing to just let things slide. So I'm going to go ahead and call this a positive development. This is how you force the organization to change, because we need change on some level. And it can't just be something little. Like last year, the season ended badly, so you got rid of the offensive coordinator. I don't want to see us get rid of coordinators this year. That's not good enough. You get rid of the coordinators, okay, but you got to go higher than that. Get the head coach, the GM, the quarterback, the high-paid guys, whatever. Do something bigger than just a coordinator. You tried to do that last year, and it didn't work. In fact, it went the other way. So you got to go bigger. And if you want to go bigger, if you want to get these titans of Seahawks franchise history out, Carroll, Schneider, Wilson, this is the kind of stuff that's going to get the franchise's attention. You know what else? Empty seats. Rows and rows of empty seats at home games. That'll get the team's attention. That affects your bottom line. That affects your money. Jody Allen will give a crap about that, even if she doesn't give a crap if we win or lose. What about 3 hours of booing your own team, like we had against Arizona? Basically, 3 hours of Seahawks fans booing their own incompetence, booing their own organization. That's the kind of stuff that'll get the upper people's attention, the people at the top, the Jody Allens, the Chuck Arnolds. So I'm going to take this as a win. I'm happy we don't have to go on national TV. Probably get embarrassed, but even if we don't, it doesn't really matter. As far as I'm concerned, winning games at this point is just, like, I mean, I'll take the wins because I like to watch wins sometimes. It's nice to win a game every now and then, but it's not impactful at this point. It's too damn late. It's, if you figure something out now, it's too late. But yeah, hopefully Jody Allen sees that her team has lost a primetime game. That's, like I said, exposure to a national audience. That's ratings, high ratings across the country. That's money in your pocket that you are losing because your team is that bad. And I'll say it again. Things like winning and losing and play calling, offensive line play, blocking, tackling. Jody Allen might not really think about none of that. Maybe. I don't know. I'm going to just leave it at that. I don't know. But I guarantee you, as the owner, she cares about her bottom line. Losing primetime games affects your bottom line. Not going to games and not selling out games and having big waves of empty seats at home games, that gets her attention. Booing your own team for 3 hours, that gets her attention. And if you get her attention, maybe, just maybe, you can convince her to actually make some change this offseason. I mean big change at the top. Trying to put a positive spin on this one. That's what I got. See you guys later. Go Hawks.